Before we start the video, I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to PT Cubing. He's an awesome cuber and he supports the channel pretty well. Check him out in the link below. I have never been so late to a review than now. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Cubing Bear, and welcome to another review on the SuperNova version of the MF3RS2M. For those of you wondering what the SuperNova means, it's actually part of a premium service that speedcubeshop.com offers to tension, lube, and perfect the cube to your own liking. I got this cube tensioned with medium loose tensions, and I added a solar and lunar lube to it with some other condiments that makes it a great valued cube. For this review, I am looking at the strengths and weaknesses of this puzzle along with ranking it between different other budget and non-budget cubes in today's lineup. Getting into the strengths, the most obvious thing is how great this puzzle is at stability. Algorithms and corner cutting is beyond what I expect, with corner cutting being beyond 30 degrees, and it's more forgiving than other cubes, and it helps with those people who tend to overshoot and undershoot even with the magnet strength. Being a bit stronger than the ones on the GAN 354, it gives the puzzle a more reliable feeling when solving. Another good thing about this cube are the shades. They're not as vibrant as others, but still they're pretty well contrasted. I wouldn't recommend solving in low light though, since the greens and the blues look very similar along with yellows and whites. Another great aspect of this cube is the size. Since the other budget cube comes in at 55 or 54 millimeters, this cube feels very comfortable in my hand being at 56 millimeters and gives me a reassuring size for my hands. One other thing to note is the speed. Speed is great and I honestly have a lot of fluidity in this puzzle, which makes it really awesome. Now, let's get on to some of the gripes I have with this puzzle. Because we're talking about a budget cube, I cannot ignore the fact that there are small catches and lockups when this cube does go a little bit too fast. While they are minor, I do experience them more than I would like. Another thing is the corner cutting. This cube does about 43 to 45 degrees, but that's forced. And since it requires more realistic, corner cutting is less, being only about 35 to 40 degrees, since the amount of force you exert while solving is less than your corner cutting normally. I also find myself having to slow down in M slices, since magnets are placed in a strange way that makes the potential and kinetic energy of my finger flicking upwards to go more into force, so I exert a little bit more. I would recommend watching your M slices are comparing how far you push upwards to how much the middle layer is actually moving. This cube comes in at $21.95 from speedcubeshop.com, making it one of the most expensive budget 3x3s. Compared to the YJ-MGC, I would say it's a little bit more faster and a little bit more controllable and It's more controllable and faster, mostly because the magnets allow it to flow freely more than the MGC. The MGC stands to limit your ability to turn, while the MF3RS lets you flow easily through all sorts of turning. Due to this, we have to look at its performance in terms of non-budget cubes. The best cube right now is arguably the GAN 356X, so comparing how the two are, we get to see some pretty interesting things. The only things that are significant between them are corner cutting, speed, and possibly stabilization. However, it's unfair to compare the 356X to a $7 cube by itself. But this is where the cube really shines. It's an amazing budget cube, and I do believe it's on the same level as most flagships. It's because I have to compare it to a flagship that it's so good, being only $7. That's more than 4 times the price of the GAN 356X. And I do recommend that whether you're a beginner, expert, or intermediate, you check this cube out. If you guys like this specific cube, if you guys want to get this specific cube, I'll link it down in the description below. Check out PT Cubing, and of course subscribe if you guys like this video. Make sure to give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's the Cubing Bear out.